But in a lot of the situations in the city passed down by elders, people don't even know the logistics of the beef or why or what really happened. It's just, I'm conditioned to hate this area or this group of people.
You know, for example, Smokey, may he be rest in peace, you know what I mean? Here's my little cousin.
Now, oh yeah, we about to get into this. So, you know what time it is. This is where the part where we, drop the intro.
Hi, I'm Carcino. Oh, let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them.
Oh, we are back. We are back. Now, of course, Drake is doing this thing in his city. Him and Baca, the Pray for My City. I hate when they rap and talk about guns and the next thing you know is Pray for My City. They looking for likes in digital hugs. That's exactly what this is. They're doing it for likes and digital hugs. It is clear. Oh, without a fraction of a doubt, it is all clear. Your daddy a killer, you want to be junior, you must forgot the things that you've done. You must forgot the things that you've done. But let things get shaky. And I park your son. We spoke about what Little Sean is trying to do. Big Sean, I'm sorry about that. Big Sean is responding back to the unreleased track that became leaked with him and Kendrick Lamar. Now he's trying to get Kendrick to engage with him again after they already had a resolution. Baca got a weird case. Why is he around? Well, that's a very good question, but they're looking for likes and digital hugs. So when they do that, they bring out their whole camp and it's all somber, but they rap about guns and killing and all of this. But then now it's pray for Toronto, pray for my city.
You lose a physical entity, yeah, but you get like a guided light. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? So
I know that the circumstances and everything is really messed up, but as far as that part, like, I really do feel like they're yeah, they're still here.
I want them to be remembered as people that saw the vision as well. It was to separate themselves from that street politics.
Why are you
wanted to be artistic and wanted to do this over here, what makes you happy, and being able to talk to thousands and millions of people, you know, your craft. But then you have this side over here and it keeps pulling you back, you know. It's a tug of war, you know.
I like to remember the friends I've lost as great teachers, you know, and I apologize if I ever use their teachings in vain, you know?
Yeah, you gotta just tell everybody at the end of every conversation, every day, that you love them, you know? Life is short, so you just gotta spread love as much as you can.
My gosh, this is like an after-school special. They're looking for likes and digital hugs. Right. I hate when they rap and talk about guns, and then all of a sudden they turn into nuns. Like Pray for My City. You're doing it for likes and digital hugs. This is exactly it. See, no, they don't remember after school specials. Oh, yeah, that's right. Y'all don't remember those. Oh, yeah. Back in the 80s, after school specials used to come on. Like when you got out of school, they would have these special, like, say no to drugs type things come on television. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I forgot about that. Y'all don't know about after school specials. Yeah, so they had the violence in Toronto had gotten so bad that they had to basically go over this thing with over 406 shooting incidents and 97 homicides in 2018. Well, that was a high for gun violence in Toronto, and everybody looked at all the rappers that was in Toronto and blamed all the brothers for all the shootings that was going on out there. And Drake being the biggest star in the world, he had to get involved with this project after he raps about basically bodying people and all this stuff, and Baca and all the rest of these dudes who are very violent souls also try to put cap, on the situation and try to explain their plight. Pray for
People get money, buy shoes for school and stuff.
There's no one to really talk to about their issues, other than their other little buddies that are the same age as them and going through the same type of crisis, and that's why it gets crazy.
But in a lot of the situations in the city passed down by elders, people don't even know the logistics of the beef or why or what really happened. It's just, I'm conditioned to hate this area or this group of people.
For example, Smokey, may he be rest in peace, you know what I mean? He was my little cousin, but due to like neighborhood and all this type of stuff, we didn't really connect like how we should have connected. But at the end of the day, he's my relative, you know what I mean?
So this is what they do. This is why I try to tell you. When they come in and they started changing the playing field and changing how they move, how they operate, this is what they're doing. They're trying to change a narrative. They're looking for likes and digital hugs. To say, oh, I did this, but then you go back to talking about drill time and killing people again. So if you're going to do this and walk in this light and say, this is me now, then you can't go back.
I had to do everything I could to not
to talking about
give her that burden.
Put the 50
to see
bag
that
on your
figure
head.
that raised you.
29 for the
To
side.
see her proud.
You putting the
what you've done.
drop and give me 50
I
guys.
mean, that makes everybody happy.
Coming up from a low-income neighborhood, just trying to make a way out for them. So everything that I do and everything that I put myself into it is for them.
What makes me respect a man and their idea of respect sometimes is so far off that even to have these conversations, it's a daunting path, to try and be the biggest and baddest from your ends or from your hood or whatever. And it's not to say be some punk. It's not to say you can't rep the people that you know and love and grew up around, but it's just way more impactful if you put forth all that energy into a grind that people remember you and say like, okay, for this particular community, like I remember that guy came around, gave us all a chance, was able to help the hood, fed us at times, taught us things at times. Like those are the people that get the glory stories.
I would want to be remembered as a light from my neighborhood.
So this is, oh my gosh. They're looking for likes and digital hugs. Right. It's always pray for my city. I hate when they rap and talk about guns and then they talk about pray for my city. Y'all doing it for likes and digital hugs. Right. You the one rapping, talking about guns and doing all of this. You looking for likes and digital hugs. That's what you want. Because you're sitting there talking, and Drake, what are you talking about your hood? Did you hear him talk about his hood? Dog, you're from Forest Hill, one of the richest Jewish communities there is. There's no gunfire. There hasn't been a shooting over there in probably 60, 70 years. There have not been a one gun blast in Forest Hills in Toronto. What are you talking about? The average age group in that area is 42 years of age. 42 years of age is the average group. It's not a place that has a lot of children running around. Forest Hill is an older family community. Predominantly more Jewish families over there. Their grandkids might come over and visit, but there's no violence in the community. So when you hear Drake talk, it's like, what the hell are you talking about? What hood are you talking about?
I even have these conversations, like it's a daunting path, to try and be the biggest and baddest from your ends or from your hood or whatever. And it's not to say be some punk. It's not to say you can't rep the people that you know and love and grew up around, but it's just way more impactful if you put forth all that energy into a grind that people remember you and say, like, okay, for this particular community, like I remember that guy came around, gave us all a chance, was able to help the hood, fed us at times, taught us things at times. Like those are the people that get the glory stories.
Okay, when did you go back to, and whose hood? Because it ain't yours. Whoever hood you went to, it's not your hood. You hear this dude? What's up, Jose? Oh, you missed the Knicks live stream. That was fun. You would have loved that one. So, no, we just calling it like it is. Didn't Kendrick tell y'all he do this for likes and digital hugs? When he's screaming, pray for my city. Yo, pray for my city. They go on the internet talking about pray for my city and all of this, right? And now you've been hanging around Jay Prince and all these guys right now. You the hood. You've been hanging around Future. That's what it was. You was hanging around Pluto, and Pluto got you plugged. Right. Pluto got him plugged. Then he started running around with. Then he started running around. . with Chubbs and the rest of these dudes. Then you get mixed in with Baca and all these dudes. I'm Baca, I'm not nice. You say that. Your name is Baca, not nice. How you sitting over here talking about the violence? Yo, it's just too much violence, man. Yeah. I got arrested for beating a woman and, taking her out of the state. What they call that trafficking and all of these. And yeah, she's not going to testify if she knows what's good for her. Pray for my city. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all make yourself look real contradictory. Hit the like button, good people. Hit the like button so they know that all y'all are real in here. This dude Drake just sat there and said, my hood. Like, he's in here with people that come from real neighborhoods. They ain't coming from Forest Hill. Half these people, Drake, let me tell you something. You know it. If these people that was up here talking about the people they lost in their hoods, if they grew up in Forest Hill, they would not be having this conversation on this platform, on that whole little musical digital platform. You know why? Because they wouldn't have had those problems. They wouldn't have grew up that way. They're talking from what they've experienced. They got cousins they've been smoked because they grow up in the area that they're in. It's war. So for them, it's different. And I'm saying in the hoods of Canada and hoods of Toronto, they know what it looks like. So for them, they're all going through it. You ain't been through shit. It's not about hate. It's about calling out BS and hypocrisy. How would you look if somebody from your neighborhood, from Magnolia, is all sitting in there talking about all the stuff they done seen happen in Magnolia, and then somebody from Baton Rouge or somebody not even from over there, some part of Louisiana, just comes in and chimes in. He grew up in the burbs, somewhere in $600,000 houses. Yeah, I mean, the violence is just so much. I turn on my news and in my basement, and I'm just watching the news here, and yeah, it's the violence. I just see violence on the news in my city. And, it could be like that from the hood. I'm like, what hood? Big joke. I am from the hood. You can't get no more hood than me. 4101 South Federal, buddy. That don't get no more hood than that. Robert Taylor Homes. 4101. That was the building's name. You can't get hood stories without being in the hood, buddy. You gotta be there. I mean, I wasn't there because it was cool to be there. We was there because our family situation put us there. I was born there. I'm like, hey, this is where it is. We thought it was just, hey, it was cool. It was just where we live. You don't know nothing about the world when you going to grammar school right across the street. My grammar school was right across the street. You never saw me in the streets. What does that mean? Like, what you mean? Like I was supposed to be banging and shooting dice in the street, or what? I've been in dice games. I've been in everywhere. I had a life before YouTube. Yes, I'm in my home right now. And you still see me go back to the hood. So I don't even know what you're talking about. See, if you was a Patreon member, you would already know. You didn't see me in the clubs. You didn't see me do everything. Right. Went to Hardigan. Right. Then went to Grove Heights. Can't get no more hood than that. Well, you can. But we were surrounded by two places, London Towns and doggone Burnside, man. They all hated us. We was in the middle of that. We caught all the hate from both sides. So when Drake come out here talking about his hood, we're like, what? What hood are you talking about? Oh, the Gardens? Yeah, I got family over there. What block y'all from? Yeah, Tim Hardaway from over there. That's where the basketball games used to be. Block 3? Oh, okay. I believe they block 8. Yeah. Head is out. That's where most of, for y'all don't really know, most of the Four Corner Hustlers was over there. Like it was a whole area of Four Corner Hustlers. Most of them went to Carver. But Tim Hardaway is the most famous person to really be over there. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, the 4CH is normally over there. Carver was wild. Yeah, it was. But that's what it was, man. It's like you had to know people to be in certain areas. And because I played ball and I hooped with a couple of guys, and they was over there. So they got all these tough.
I want you to remember me as the guy that, against all odds, never gave up.
I want to be remembered as a Muslim. I want to be remembered as a believer.
I want to be remembered as selfless. I want to be remembered as a positive person. I encourage everybody to lift the weight off of themselves, because until you lift that weight, you don't realize how much you're benching, you know?
Oh my God. He wants to be remembered as somebody who was positive. He wants to remember all of this. I'm not cooking Drizzy. Drizzy cooking himself. Everything that Kendrick was saying is just true. Everything they say about me is true. He looking for likes and digital hugs. What do you mean I'm mad at Drake? I'm not mad at Drake. How come every time when somebody point out I'm reporting on something? Why y'all mad about me? Right. I'm over here reporting on something that's actually happening. They're making Hallmark Channel doggone content like we on Lifetime or something. They were the one rapping about guns. You got Baka Not Nice in here who's smacking up women, trafficking, and all this crap. And you got him on here like an after the school special. Nobody see how crazy that looks?
I have to go hustle myself to go get money, buy shoes for school and stuff.
There's no one to really talk to about their issues, you know, other than their other little buddies that are the same age as them and going through the same type of crisis, and that's why it gets crazy.
But in a lot of the situations in the city passed down by elders, people don't even know the logistics of the beef or why or what really happened. It's just, I'm conditioned to hate this area or this group of people.
You know, for example, Smokey, may he be rest in peace, you know what I mean? Here's my little cousin. You know?
Baka got a weird vibe. How do we sit around and gossip about random grown men about celebrities? What do you mean? We're talking about the situation that is being done and we're reporting on it. So did you say that about ESPN when they're talking about other players? Do you say, wow, you guys are talking with a bunch of random people that's watching your show talk about athletes and celebrities? No, you don't. If you're so disturbed about it, then why did you click the button to watch a bunch of people talk about celebrity? So if Kendrick was saying everything that was right and we're seeing it play out in front of us, you're seeing all of this pray for my city type talk where all of these people who were going through real problems in their neighborhood because they growing up in the war. They don't have a lot of money. They hustlers from the street.
Really messed up, but as far as that part, like I
And
really
these
do
are
feel
people that have
like,
people that died in the
they're
street.
still here.
I want them to be remembered as people that saw the vision as well. It was to separate themselves from that street
Baka, you got a weird case.
and wanted to be artistic
Why
and wanted
are
to
you
do this
around?
over here, what makes you happy, and being able to talk to thousands and millions of people, you know, your craft. But then you have this side over here and it keeps pulling you back. You know, it's a tug of war, you know.
I like to remember the friends I've lost as great teachers, you know, and I apologize if I ever use their teachings in vain, you know?
Yeah, you gotta just tell everybody at the end of every conversation, every day that
He apologizes
life is short, so
for
you just gotta spread love.
using their teachings in vain. What teachers is that? What teachings are those? Certified cover boy. What teachings are those? I would love to know that. Baka looking like Paperboy from ATL. Right. Why is he around? He's mentioned Millie Bobby Brown and a lot of different things now. So that's not even a surprise to me anymore. But Baca, you have a weird case. Why are you around? No, I have. I just don't waste my time titling it. Plus, if you're on the Patreon, you already seen it. Yep. Baca wearing shades in a dark ass room. You know he got something to hide. Yep, exactly. Now, yep, Richard Fitzenwell is a weird case. Yeah, my hair is on rough mode right now. I gotta get my brush and get my hair back right. Yeah, you gotta get a job, man. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, that's real. He named his company, his LLC, Richard Fitzenwell, which Richard is the nickname for Richard is Dick, right? So it's Dick Fitzenwell. Get the joke that he's trying to do? My hair grows in a swirl. So my hair grows like this. So when I brush, this top comes to here, then I have to start brushing here in circles. It's like a typhoon of things happening at the top of my head. That's why my thoughts and patterns are different. Like most people who are enlightened, or it takes a lot of mental skill and ability to pat your head and rub your stomach. Not too many people could do it. I could do it with ease. But a lot of people's brain is not centered that way. Mine is centered to work off of a program. I'm off the scales. It's hard to deceive me with lies. Like I could watch the Trump situation and from a moment it happened and just say, oh, that was staged. I could immediately tell from the jump. Just when things don't smell it don't pass the common sense test, you're automatically moving differently. That's because they can't touch Kendrick. Kendrick has got way too much revenue coming in. He's worth too much money. Yeah, and he's not out here.
What makes me respect a man and their idea of respect sometimes is so far off that even to have these conversations, it's a daunting path, to try and be the biggest and baddest from your ends or from your hood or whatever. And it's not to say be some punk. It's not to say you can't rep the people that you know and love and grew up around, but it's just way more impactful if you put forth all that energy into a grind that that people remember you and say like, okay, for this particular community, like I remember that guy came around, gave us all a chance, you know, was able to help the hood, you know, fed us at times, taught us things that.
Now, Drake is talking about the hood, helping the hood. It's like, what are you doing? What are you even talking about, dog? You was growing up in bar mitzvahs. It was like, what are you talking about? That's what I'm saying. You become immune to a lot of this crap. Drake went to a school where there was no violence. A violence if somebody knocked somebody's books out of their hands. So when he was like, yo, in my hood, you know, when you come from this hood, and it's like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? Back in like 84 in Toronto, your daddy was out there getting down. Old Uncle Funky Dennis. Did this dude ever have any hair on the top of his head? Jesus Christ. Yeah, he met that white girl. Like, look at my white queen. She came to the concert, saw him perform, and there he is. Then old Drake was born. Look at him. He got a microphone in front of him as a little kid. Yeah. It's me, Drizzy. And they named him Aubrey after Audrey Hepburn. She loved the name Audrey, but she had a boy, so she called him Aubrey. Because he's a boy, so he's going to be Aubrey. Aubrey's still feminine. I guess it fits. And as Dennis still has no hair. Oh, is that adorable? Look how he's licking ice cream. Babied and spoiled by his mama while daddy's on the road making more babies and hitting other chicks. Drake was just the apple of everybody's eye. Oh, but y'all, when you come from this hood and you come from the hood as he's playing ice hockey games, Drake is in commercials. Look at him in the commercials as a kid playing on the hockey team. Did y'all know he was a hockey player? Yeah, he's Toronto'd out. You was on the hockey team, dog. This is your life, Drake. You did not come up in the hood. I don't know anybody from the hood that was playing hockey. And he's singing and acting with his father. And he's doing commercials as a kid, throwing a lot of money and having a doped out basement to himself. Hanging out with your white friends in your white neighborhood, drinking a Coke. Then you went to Memphis. Yeah, to see Pops. Pops brought you out there for the weekend. And now you out there, yeah, I'm swagged out. Yeah, I'm Memphis, son. Then you go back home to your little Toronto rich house in Forest Hill after filming your little TV show, Degrassi. Food's already in the fridge. No worry about bills. Got my little basement decked out. Look at me. I'm Drizzy Drake. I write my little rhymes. No violence in your neighborhood, sir. What are you talking about? What life are you living? You didn't live that life. So for you to be talking about my hood and this is going down with a bunch of people who've lost people in the streets, they know what it's like because they got to go back to there after they get through filming that doggone video y'all were doing. And you go back to your multi-million-dollar home and you grew up in $600,000 houses going to bar mitzvahs. You're not the same at all. You did not have those same lives. You're an actor pretending to be a rapper. You're stuck in character. Whoever you've been shadowing, Pluto and the rest of them, you've been trying to be them. You're fantasizing the wrong things. He said they skipped from 7 to 17. Exactly. Vaughn Road Academy. Yeah, well, him and his little white buddies, they would write their little scripts and everything. Where the brothers at? Where the brothers at? Where's Chubbs? Where these dudes at? Where your crew? All your crew were white boys. When you meet Future and Chubbs and all these dudes, yo, my man Chubby Chubbs. Where's Chubbs and these dudes at? That Chubbs right there? That's his daddy? Who these people? This is what I'm talking about, y'all. This is what we talk about. This is why we're making this. This is why we sit over here and talk about all of this stuff, because we got to rewind and remind the people that may not know this dude doesn't come from the hood. Drake don't come from there at all, but acts as if he does. Just because you visited some family members in Memphis don't mean you are one of them. I visited down south my entire years growing up, my whole childhood. Every summer, I'm going to Alabama. I'm going to be down there 3-4 weeks. My entire childhood was that. But I didn't go down there acting like I was the king of Alabama. I'm the king of Eufaula, or in these Eufaula streets, man. This is how I move in the Eufaula streets. No. Used to go to Saginaw, Michigan, Detroit, Michigan. Never once did they ever hear me saying how I ran the Detroit streets. Yeah, 6 mile, 7 mile, they know about me. No. Saginaw, same thing. No, never once did you hear anybody making statements like that. That's completely ludicrous. Mm-hmm. So when you see somebody like Kendrick Lamar and he's making the moves that he's making, now you get to see what it really means out here. Now you get to see how people are really feeling. They like, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying now, Sino. Now that you just pointed it out, I didn't know this dude was doing all that. He had it real easy. Yeah, he had it easy. Hell, I wish I was in commercials. Those dudes he's sitting over there doing that video with, these people just got out of a shootout probably 2 days ago. They done lost family members and everything. You hear these dudes talking about, man, I lost my cousin, bro. You know, I lost my nephew, you know what I'm saying? I lost people to this game. You know, yeah, the violence is crazy. So for them, it means something. Drake over here doing it for likes and digital hugs. He's using this as an attention gimmick to get sympathy from people. Like Drake cares. But you the one rapping about guns. And you talking about hood and all that.
And their idea of respect sometimes is so far off that even to have these conversations, you know, like it's a daunting path, you know, to try and be the biggest and baddest from your ends or from your hood or whatever. And it's not to say be some punk. It's not to say you can't rep the people that you know and love and grew up around, but it's just way more impactful if you put forth all that energy into a grind that people remember you and say like, okay, for this particular community, like I remember that guy came around, gave us all a chance, you know, was able to help the hood, you know, fed us at times, taught us things at times. Like those are the people that get the glory stories.
I would want to be remembered as a light from my neighborhood.
Honestly, I just want to be remembered like younger than him.
I just want to be remembered as
not just the negative, somebody that is going to be there for the next man, or be there for my sister, be there for my mother, you know what I mean? I want to be remembered as somebody that left a good mark on them, not just the negative vibe, just something that they can take from and say, you know what, at least he achieved something that we can have, and it's longer than him.
I just want to be remembered as that guy that creates like a legacy where my family and all my loved ones could live off of and feed all their loved ones and all that stuff behind them, put food on tables. There's no one starving that's really connected to me.
I'll be remembered for like the success I make, you know, how I treat my family, you know, like, you know, how I end up, what I leave for my family would be the best thing that I would want.
I just want to be someone that looked out for all my loved ones, my family, my friends.
Someone that did stuff for the community, did good stuff for the kids, you know?
I put on for my family, my friends. So it's like, I just wanted them to know what time it is, where it all started, you know?
I want to remember.
Right, so they want to let people know. Look, I want to know people I put on and all of this. Someone said the new job. This was already said to Ja when he was with Fat Joe. I hate when they talk and rap about guns and stand around and say, pray for my city, you beg him a lot and did it a hug. He told you.
That's something I give hope for his community. And like that inspired others in this hood to do something that they were scared to do, you know?
When it's all said and done, I want to be remembered as an uplifting person, as a person that always keeps spirits high.
I want you to remember me as the guy
you got a weird
against all odds.
That's why we
never
remember
gave up.
you.
I want to be remembered as a Muslim. I want to be remembered as a believer.
I want to be remembered as selfless. I want to be remembered as a positive person. I encourage everybody to lift the weight off of themselves, because until you lift that weight, you don't realize how much you're benching, you know?
It's like they all laughing at Drake making that statement. Are you kidding me? Like, dude, what are you talking about? He's sitting there trying to drop bars until you get that weight off. You never know how much you're lifting. Meanwhile, Kendrick has the #1 song in the country again for the 3rd time. The same song for 3 months is the reason why your album ain't coming out. But they don't talk about that. Your OVO Fest got moved. All of these things that's been happening. You know, Lucian pushed your album back. You ain't talk about that. They don't even speak on it. Why is that the case? How your album get pushed back and nobody talk about it? That don't even make sense. Remember, he was supposed to be a hot summer. The 4th of July is already passed, bro. The summer, remember when this is like Pusha T, when Pusha was supposed to have the summer on lock, and you came with Summer 16, and you came with Hotline Bling, and you took over the summer, and then there was no Pusha T for the whole summer. Now you've been Pusha T. After Story of 80, he disappeared. There was no movement from him. He's supposed to come back that summer. He ain't did a damn thing. You was the king of the summers. No, he took his time off, and then he was coming out with the album. He the one put the post out. Vacation time's over. Who takes a 3-month vacation? No, I'm saying Hotline Bling Summer 16 came out. He had the whole summer, so he was the king of the summers. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying when the summer came around for Pusha T, I'm not saying that happened that same year. That was the Meek Mill thing at that time. After that, I'm just saying he became the king of the summers. So he was doing that. He had Summer 16 and all that. Drake was the king of the summertime albums. He come out hard in the summers. And when he came out with that, when views dropped and all that, then he came around again when like More Life and all that. So that's what I'm saying. He was ruling during that time frame. Now, here is the situation with Pusha T. Right then, the whole summer, here comes Drake dominating the whole summer. It was all Drake, nothing from Pusha T. So it was like, oh, it's going to be a surgical summer. Remember? It's going to be a surgical summer. It's like, okay, well, what you got? Shoot, all we had was 8x10, Mob Ties. We had everything come off that album. Non-stop. Man, dude, he took over the whole summer with Scorpion. So my thing is, when he came with that and took over the summers, now here's Drake talking, put out the post like he finna take over the summers. Where's he been? That's what we want to know. Where's he been? We don't see you, bruh. Something's wrong. So your album got pushed back, bruh. OVO Fest, is it happening at all? Metro and Future then destroyed your OVO Fest. Nobody was talking about this. Then I make a video. Now everybody want to talk about it. I know because the person that actually works on these events at the fest, and they're hired, they're contracted to build those sets. They know what's going on because they got to do the damn work. So they're saying, hey, we were sending in, we normally get our ordinance to go out from the city and everything else to start, all right, we finna start building and putting everything up for the Drake Fest. And we don't even have an order. And it's the 15th of July, this is July. Like they supposed to have this in advance. Now, if you're talking about doing this a month from now, they need to have that in advance. Now, they got the whole Canadian festival coming up. As I showed everybody, they got the Canadian festival coming up on the 4th and the 5th weekend. So normally this would probably be happening on the 4th, which ain't going to happen. And it can't happen on the 11th because now most of the acts that was going to be on Drake's thing is now going to be on Kendrick's. I mean, not Kendrick's, but on Metro and Future. And then they had a special guest in Toronto. And everybody think that might be Kendrick Lamar. They hoping it's Kendrick. Kendrick finna pop out in Toronto at the festival. I'm like, man, you ain't finna see no damn. Right, they finna come to Chicago soon. So everywhere they go, they've been performing like that. So that's the song they definitely finna do. You can't see your biker boys no more. Drake hung out with all white boys. Why aren't they around? Yep, he had a good run. He had a good run, champ. Absolutely. You got to know when your run's over. And your run's over, champ. Now, when you see scenarios where they don't make sense, like when you're seeing things that just don't add up, you've seen the OVO Fest get moved. I don't know if it's going to be canceled or what, but in my opinion, Drake don't want to do the OVO Fest. He don't. Right now, his ego is at its lowest point. People saw his body language when he was out there with Lil Wayne. And they was just like, man, that's not Drake. You know, like this dude was loud and lively when he came here. Now he's all somber and just looked pathetic. It just looked sad. That didn't look like Drake. Then he contacted Lil Wayne once my video came out and exploited the fact that he avoided Lil Wayne. Then Wayne came out and showed support for him because he was all hurt. Wayne made one. He's like, Wayne, everybody said Drake didn't see you on purpose. Like he was purposely doing that. And they was like, man, Drake just don't look like himself. He look old. He look done. And you saw the photos and you look at Drake and you're like, dude, you look defeated. Look at him. He looked like he slapped. And that's his first drink. He just got there. Yeah. Oh, of course, Drake is mad at me. Drake is furious at me. Sending his minions to talk to me through whatever, sabotaging my YouTube channel, everything. He is mad. How dare you flip on Drake like that? You flipped on Drake. Drake, you were supposed to be Drake's biggest friends. You stay there. Don't come back when the hits start rolling. I'm like, when the hits start rolling, they might never come again. Drake put out a record now. The audience is going to say automatically, this is trash. Drake going to come out with a hit record. They're going to be, man, this is a hit song. He got Metro, Future, Kendrick, John Moran getting dissed. And then they're going to be like, this is the old Drake again. It's going to be like, man, that was trash. You already know what's going to happen. It's not going to go anywhere. And that fat bum can't save you. That dude can't save you. He make everything look disgusting. Look at that Amiri sweater on him. It look nasty and disgusting looking just because it's on him. Lil Wayne and Kendrick Lamar. Right. You know, Kendrick remembers Lil Wayne because of his rap patterns and the style that he used. You know, it was unique. Mm-hmm. None of these dudes really could do. So when Kendrick came after him and Cole, Cole had to fold. I mean, what was he going to do? Now he's talking about rap as a joke because he lost. Headshots of the year. He better walk around like Daft Punk. Yep, the beard just fits him better. Oh, absolutely it is. I had to stop and show that I'm a problem. Oh, you know that. And don't forget to join the Casino for Life Patreon, where you're going to hear some very unique things you haven't heard before and meaningful things. Yeah, we always keep it current. And right now, what's burning up the charts is this, baby. Against LeBron, the song. It's finally here.
I was Kobe, stole his locker, read about his life in the papers, all his run-in with authorities, felonious capers. Now you want to be Kobe Bryant, but what's a Mamba Bryant? Player that don't ball right. You play too much 2K, load him up against the wall, close his eyes. Since he lied, he died. Goodbye, let the real true ballers hear the truth from me. What would you do if you was me? Against LeBron.
Hey, the song is out. The whole full song is out. And it's on the Patreon. Against LeBron is out. On the Patreon only. Our next video should be the search for LB. Kendrick Lamar got the Not Like Us video game. They got every time he walk into a store, that business goes up 30%. That's how powerful it is. He was annihilated. LL Cool J was like, man, dude, I don't know why. Hey, I don't mind. Hey, look, look, I ain't mad at him for trying, but he had no business getting in the ring with him. No, no, no. Shorty wasn't ready for that. No, he should have stayed in his lane. That was crazy. He tried to battle Kendrick Lamar. He said, damn, a video game? Yeah, y'all ain't played the game? Oh, I'm addicted to the Not Like Us video game. Oh, that video game is something crazy. It's like old school Mario. Yeah. Not Like Us, the video game. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm gonna show y'all the game right here. It's loading up. There it is. Not like us game. I did not miss. Drake, you lost. Bullshit. So that's not like us. You gotta smash as many aisles as possible. The whole OVO group, you see me, I'm whacking Chubbs, Baca, all of them off. And it only goes up to 69. You can't get past 69. Oh, I did one time. I got 23. I don't even know how I got that high. Right. Drake, it's hard for Drake to get anything past 21. I got 23 before. On the Patreon, I was playing it with them, but I got 23. I don't even know how I got that high. Yeah, so shouts out to Kwame Brown, Bus Life, Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez. He came through. What was that? Damn D. What KB got going on here? So you got all of these different events taking place. Armando Black TV. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. Outlaw coming through again. Shay, Princess. Everybody who was here when it started. Everybody who hit the like button if you're new here. Subscribe to the page so you don't know anything that goes down. I'm going to sit here and try to play some Not Like Us, the video game. Let's kick it. All right.